it's Meli. I'm back again with another video. Today I'm going to be doing a cranberry kind of fall look. I thought it would be really fun to do since, you know, fall is coming up. I do live in California, so I don't really get to experience the chilliness like everybody does, but I love fall colors and it's honestly one of my favorite times, and it was really fun creating this look. So if you want to see how I come up with this, then keep on watching. Alright guys, so I have my hair up in a bun. I don't like my hair being in my face because I always get foundation on my hair and it's one of my biggest pet peeves. I already moisturized my face. I moisturized my face with e.l.f. Daily Hydration Moisturizer. To be honest, it's not that good. It does the job, you know, it does moisturize my face, but it's not the best moisturizer out there. I wouldn't really recommend this, but it's only $8. So if you're broke and you need a moisturizer and it's like, I got you. I like to moisturize my lips too. Get my lips prepared for liquid lipstick. I couldn't even think of the word. It's been a bad day. So I just use like Carmex lip balm. You can use anything, to be honest. So for my brows, I normally use the pencil by NYX. I was kind of in a hurry. My local NYX is like 20 minutes away and I was like, I'm not trying to drive to that. So I just got the one by L'Oreal. It still works. It's just not cruelty free, and I'm trying to use all cruelty free products. Shame on my part, I suck, I know. I brush out my brows. My brows already have like that natural shape, you know what I'm saying, I start off from the bottom and I just line the whole bottom. Okay, that was a little too harsh. And then I start doing the top. And then I fill it in. For the very front, you don't want to do harsh lines because that's when it's supposed to have that little like gradient effect. So what I like to do is I just flick the hairs up a little bit. You have to have a light hand with this. You have to be careful when you're doing this. Also, I did change my eyebrow pencil color. I used to get the brunette one, and I'm trying out the dark brunette because lately I haven't been enjoying the lighter brow. I want to go back to trying darker brows. Have anything to say about that, that's why. I did it on purpose, okay? Don't judge me. Now I'm just going to do the same thing to the other side. Also, no shade to anybody that prefers their eyebrows a certain way, you know, because we're all different. I think in the beauty community, there's been a lot of hate toward beauty gurus doing things a certain way. Everybody has their own way of doing things, you know, so I think we should just be more open-minded about that, because I know I like my makeup done a specific way, but I also know my friend wouldn't like her makeup done the same way. We're all different. So after I do that, I like to go in with a brow gel to just kind of set them into place. I use the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara. So it does have a brownish tint to it, but I kind of wanted something of a little something. So I take it and I brush out the front end and then I just drag it towards the end. Simple. It sets my eyebrows into place and it gives them a little bit more of a color. I'm kind of running out though, so it's not really doing that much. That's not the gel's fault, that's my fault. I just suck. I can't find anything! There's a mental breakdown in the middle of a video. I'm gonna conceal or carve out my eyebrows. I use the Morphe M410 brush. It looks like that. It's just a flat-ended concealer brush. And for concealer, I use the Maybelline New York Master Conceal Face Studio. There you have it. I'm running out of this too. Awful. I accidentally put too much on my arm, but you don't need that much concealer, trust me. I start off from the bottom and I just carve them out. So with that same concealer, you don't want it to set into place all weird. I just kind of blend it in so the line is like perfect. And then I drag it down and kind of put that on my eyelid. I like to do the bottom of both of my brows before I do the top, so I don't finish one brow off completely first. I don't know if that's weird, but it's fine. So now I'm just gonna take it and do the same thing to the top. Those are the brows for now. I know there's like a little few things I need to touch up, but I'm just not gonna worry about it right now. I keep clapping like, what is going on? So the next thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and prime my eyelids. I like to use the Wet n Wild eyeshadow primer. A little dirty or whatever, but this is only $5 and it's one of the best primers I have ever used. I used to use the Urban Decay primer potion and I used to spend a lot of money on that, and after a while it made my eyelids greasy and it would start creasing. I don't know if it's different for anybody else, but that one I'm pretty sure is $24 compared to this one, and my eyeshadow stays on all day, like all day and all night. If my foundation doesn't stay on, my eyeshadow will stay on and it won't crease. Nothing will go wrong with it. Even when I take it off with makeup remover, I struggle to take it off. That's how good this primer is.
Get it in stores now!
I don't know, you guys should check it out. I actually got the Wet n Wild one because they ran out of the Meli one at the store. Isn't that funny? Only I laugh. Crickets in the background. Oh no! Of course I would. Only I would decide to wear a big sweater for a makeup tutorial. Now I'm just gonna take, this is not clean. This is like from the Naked palette or the Naked 2 palette, but it's just like a fluffy ended brush from the Meet Matte Trimini palette. Matlin. As you can see, I've hit pan on it. It's probably one of the only shades I use in this palette, to be honest. But I like to use this to just set my eyelids because it's such a neutral color. It gives my eyelids somewhat of a color, and I like that. I don't like them looking really pale before I start doing eyeshadow. I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the eyes. I'm gonna take this ColourPop brush. ColourPop doesn't have the names on the brushes, which really irks me. I think it's just like a blending brush. I'm gonna take this color right here next to the yellow one in the Jaclyn Hill palette and use it as my transition color. I like to kind of drag it on the end right there and then kind of just wing it in a way. I like to make an illusion for a cat eye and then I fix it up with concealer later on. But that's why I overdo the eyeshadow on my eye, because I like to perfectly fix it up with concealer and have all the eyeshadows kind of like lined up at the end. Okay, so since I just cleaned my brushes, some of the stuff is still kind of left over onto it, even though I tried my hardest to just completely dry them. It doesn't always work out. So some of the patching, discoloration in my eyes is because they picked up better at first because the brush was still wet. So in some parts it's like very vibrant and in other parts it kind of just fades out. That's not due to the eyeshadow, that's because I messed up. So I just want to let you guys know that. Just so you don't get a bad impression on the palette, because I love this palette, honestly guys. Just, the thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this color right here. Use that. I'm gonna start off from the outer corner of my eyelid and then drag it in. And then focus it right there. Now I'm going to take a separate blending brush. This is by e.l.f. Blend that in even more. The key to making your eyeshadow look well put together is just a lot of blending. I'm going to be using this pinkish color. I actually made my own palette with ColourPop. I don't remember what the name of this one was, but it's just like a pink color. Just any pink you have. And I'm going to put this one kind of all over, focusing it more towards the middle. The other darker eyeshadows, I kind of focus them on the end. I'm gonna take this like dark cranberry shadow right here, and I'm gonna take it on this kind of brush. I don't know what it's called, and it's by So Susan. I've already said this before, but these eyeshadows are really pigmented, so especially when you're working with dark colors, be careful. Put a little bit on and then work with that. I actually put a little bit too much on, so we're just gonna see how this goes. So I'm gonna take this and put it focused on the end of my eyelid and then make its way up. So I'm really into very dramatic eyeshadow. That's always been my thing. So I always overdo the eyes. If you guys want to try the look out but you don't want it to be like this vibrant and this out there, then just apply less. But I just apply more. I just like more of a pigment, more of a pop. I don't like it to just be like a little subtle hint of cranberry, if that makes sense. So a completely different brush here, the same color that I used earlier, the first one, and I'm gonna use that to kind of blend in all the other eyeshadows together. I'm gonna take that same ColourPop brush that I was using earlier, some more of the pink, and just kind of make it a little bit more vibrant than it already is. So you guys can skip this step, but that's just what I like to do. Take this same ended brush that I had earlier, and I'm going to use more of that cranberry shade to just darken it up even more. So the key to creating that smoky eye effect is to just always start off at the bottom end of your crease and then work your way up and kind of just blend that in while you're doing it. But do you see how I've extended my eyeshadows like this, even though it's like all over the place? Later on I come and I clean it up with concealer and it makes that perfect like winged look. Again, I'm gonna take an e.l.f. brush and just blend all of that together again. I'm just going to deepen up the smoky eye, this dark brown color right here. I'm going to take it on a fluffy brush. This is by Scone and it's their blending brush. Again, start at the bottom of the eyelid, the outer corner, and then just kind of fluff your way up. My goodness, I'm famous! And just kind of drag it in. Blend it out, and take the same blending brush and just blend that in. That same first color that we used, and I kind of just like it to pop out a little bit more to kind of create that kind of gradient effect, and it blurs out the more you put more eyeshadow on. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add some more of that color. After do this step, it looks perfectly fine without that like orange popping out in the back, but I really like the look of it. That's why I try to make even that color stand out. So I went ahead and put the pigment on both my eyelids so that it doesn't look weird when I apply other eyeshadow.
Okay guys, so I actually ended up cutting this part out because it's unnecessary, but I put this pigment on that I didn't like, so that's why it's on my face right now.
So I have to go ahead and fix that. Definitely don't recommend that product. Now I'm going to take the NYX Glitter Primer, put that on the same flat-ended brush. I use this even if I'm not using the actual glitters. I use this for eyeshadows just to make them pop more. So I'm going to take that and just put it in the same place where the pigment was. I like to do a kind of like half cut crease look, just because I don't think my eyes would look good with a cut crease, so I don't do the full one. Now I think I'm going to go full gold today. So I'm going to take this gold eyeshadow right here. I'm going to take it with my finger. I don't know if you guys can even see a difference, but it kind of just makes your eyeshadows pop a little bit more and makes it look like you're wearing some kind of a pigment. So I'll do that to the other side and then I'll be back. Now that I have put the gold in the center, I'm going to go ahead and take the same fluffy ended brush that we started off with, and I'm going to dip that into the pink color just to make sure there aren't any harsh lines and just blend everything together. So I'm going to take the same brush that I used earlier, darken it up even more with the cranberry shade. I'm going to take some concealer. I'm using the same concealer that I used earlier. Same concealer brush that I used. Create a shape for my eyeshadow. I know that you can always just take a makeup wipe and wipe it away, but I don't know why, I just really like using concealer. It just makes it feel more put together.
Okay, so I actually ended up trying out this new eyeliner that I didn't like, so I'm just gonna skip to the part where I put on the eyeliner that I do like, LOL.
I went ahead and did the other eyeliner and kind of fixed up the one that I just did. I did it off camera just because I didn't want to waste your time. I used the Maybelline line stiletto one in the blackest black. Love this eyeliner. It's my all-time favorite. For primer, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Master Prime with redness control because my face is just naturally like really pink and I don't like that. Rub it all over my face. For foundation, I have really been liking the L'Oreal Infallible, and I'm in the shade 103 Natural Buff. I am no longer tan because, you know, California, it's been pretty chilly out here. Just kidding, I'm just not tan. Mixing it with my Mary Kay Time Wise Matte Wear Foundation in the shade Ivory. So I take that on the back of my hand like this. I forgot to say that. And then I pick it up with the Beauty Blender and then put it on my face. I got foundation on my hair, but what's new? So now that my foundation is fully on, I'm gonna take the same concealer that I used earlier. Ooh, you hear that little sound? So I put that on my chin, on the top of my forehead right here, because I always get weird pimples right there. And then I put that on my nose. I like my nose looking lighter too. I forgot to mention, this isn't a beauty blender, this is the Real Technique sponge, and this is only $5, so definitely recommend. I'm pretty sure a lot of people already know about it, but it's so nice. My Aspen loose base powder. I use the Naturally Neutral because every time I go to pick this up, they never have the translucent one, which is fine because I'm pale anyway, but it's not right for like the dark skin tone people. That's awful. So I'm going to be using this new brush by Wet n Wild. Look at how pretty it is. This brush is so soft. Powder brush. Wet n Wild brushes are so nice. Okay, I'm going to take this and use it to set my eyelid, my under eye. I'm baking with a brush. Baking with a, what did I do? I bake my nose too, or I try to. Damn, that powder just went everywhere. My nose is really oily, so I always need to bake it. And even when I do bake it, it's still oily by the end of the night. Like, it's just really annoying. I take that same powder and I just set the rest of my face with it. I really like this brush. Oh, this is so soft. I can just do this all day. I'm like already done, but I can still just keep going. That is how I bake and set my face. Bronze my face, I use this e.l.f. Quad, and it's the bronzer palette. I don't know if there's like different ones or anything. I use this color the most. As you can see, I've hit pan, but what I like to do is I just kind of take all the colors. I don't like to bronze and contour. I like to just do either one or the other. So that's why I have a bronzer palette. I'm going to take that up to my hairline here. So I'm going to take that same big brush that I used earlier, and I'm just going to use that to kind of set it, but also blend in the top part. For blush, Pixie by Petra, and it's in Beach Rose. It looks like this mauve-y rose color. So it's kind of light. It doesn't really have that much pigment. So I like to put this on because I don't really like strong blushes anyway. And it gives me a little pop of color, but it's not too much. I forgot to contour my nose. Take this fluffy ended brush. I'm gonna take these two colors right here. Shrink my nose. I don't know what to do. One time I contoured my nose and I FaceTimed Sarah and I was like, hey, how does my nose look? And she was like, it looks crooked, and I really believed her, but she's always trolling, I swear. I'm gonna take that same brush that I used just so I can have a defined size. While that's baking, take this, use like a pencil brush or anything, any small ended brush like this. Take that pink that we used earlier and just smoke out my under eye. For it to not look like I just have pink eye, I'm gonna go ahead with that cranberry shade that we used earlier. And I'm gonna use this mostly on the outer corner, and then I'm gonna drag that in. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with that orange color, first transition color that we used earlier, to kind of give it more of an orangey look because it's looking a little too pinkish right now. So I'm just gonna grab the fluffy ended brush and just smoke that out, blend it all in together. So I'm trying to rush because my camera is dying. Use this Milani Strobe Light Day Glow highlighter. Looks like that. I'm gonna take that on this Morphe M178 brush. Looks like that. Oh no, the lighting is getting weird. The lighting is getting weird. And do my under eyeliner. This, I don't know how to say this name, Syed something London Wonderland. It's so creamy. I really love this eyeliner. Give me 2 seconds and the lighting is getting worse, so I'm gonna try to hurry up with this. But I'm gonna take this shade right here onto my pinky and I'm just gonna pop that into the inner corner. Pop some more.
Bet you thought you seen the last of me. Well, my camera actually completely died, so I had to use my phone to film this last part. But yeah, please enjoy me putting on some lipstick. This is Tulips, I believe, by ColourPop. So yes.
So I never use lip liner or anything on my lips. I don't have time for that, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do the little trick. I'm gonna use some mascara. I don't know, I'm talking like this. I'm gonna use the Maybelline Lash Sensation. I use the same thing on my bottom lashes. I don't know where my nose is going. And then to set my face, I use the Milani Make It Last spray. I love this stuff. It keeps my makeup on all day and all night. Highly recommend, and it's only like $9, so this is the finished look right here. I'm gonna take my hair down so you guys can see though. So that is the finished look. So I hope you guys enjoy. Please comment, like, and subscribe. You know, let me know what kind of videos you guys want to see. I thought this would be fun to do for the fall, just to have a look that you guys can go to for now and everything. But let me know if you have any requests or anything like that. Make sure to respond to all of your comments. Interact with me. Let me know what you think. Thanks, guys. Till next time. Bye.